the yellow line that separates the apron of the track from the actual racing surface. So we will see them running too wide. I think early in the going, however, whoever can get to the bottom first and fastest is going to be best off. Well, at about the halfway point of the 1,600-foot back straightaway, seamlessly picking up the call will be Pat Patterson.
All right, thanks, Rob. Happy race day, everybody. As the cars get midway down the backstretch here at Kentucky Speedway, they'll try to hang out next to the wall as long as they can. They want to get a nice, good arch and apex into the corner here. About 2/3 of 3 and 4 are really rubbered in from the last couple of practice sessions. You can really see that well. About 2 lanes up, they'll hardly ever get up at all tonight as they get through this end of the racetrack. Rob just mentioned they'll work the bottom of the racetrack for the very beginning of this run. As those tires go away, they'll be all over the place down here. It should be a lot of fun, and will be your eyes and ears all night long.
The way this racetrack is shaped, they almost go in a complete another corner all the way down the front stretch here. Again, it's not straight. If you had a helicopter overhead, as we talked about, looks like a big capital D. As they come out of turn 4, and you know where the groove ends there, Doug? The black stripe is at the wall, and they better be turning left hard when they get to that point. So 200 laps on this 1.5-mile track equals 300 miles. We're about set to go.
And, of course, the garage is shaped like a huge W because Darrell Waltrip was instrumental in the building of this track, and he wanted to leave a mark on his home state of Kentucky. So the track itself looks like a big D, the garage, a big W. So, Darrell, mission complete. All right, Pace Truck has the field in tow over in turn 3 here, Pat Patterson. I think we're about to get down to business.
You betcha. Let's set the first 5 rows for you. Daniel Suarez and Brian Scott there in row 5. Row 4, it'll be Bubba Wallace and Eric Jones. Row 3, Kyle Busch and Paul Menard. Row 2, Brad Keselowski and Brendan Gaughan. And row number 1, it is Ty Dillon and J.J. Yelin. As you just said, that Ford is headed for the pit lane right now. Lights are off. Cars are ready. 40 stock cars on a Friday night on a bumpy racetrack in Kentucky. What could be any better than this? Here we go.
As they work out of turn number 4, Yaley has decided to use the outside lane to start this race. Here they are working towards the green flag, and it is flying at Kentucky Speedway. Side by side, J.J. Yaley, Ty Dillon make their way to turn 1. Now Dillon gets a bump from teammate Brendan Gaughan.
Bit of a surprise that J.J. Yaley selected the outside. He'll get up the lead to Ty Dillon. Now battling Yaley for the second spot, and taking it from him is Brendan Gaughan. So it's teammates Ty Dillon and Brendan Gaughan leading the field down the backstretch.
Paul Menard's got a good run there. He's going to try to challenge for that 3rd spot. He'll have to back out of it now. Ty Dillon's got the field right down at the bottom of the racetrack. Everybody's scattering 2 wide off before Dillon's got the lead.
Looks like a pair of RCR Chevrolets will lead lap number 1 here at Kentucky. It's Ty Dillon, Brendan Gaughan next in line, J.J. Yaley, and here comes rowdy Kyle Busch in 4th.
Yaley finds himself in that 3rd spot, 3 wide momentarily for 4th position as Kyle Busch runs the outside lane. Down to the bottom, his young teammate Eric Jones sandwiched in between him is Paul Menard.
Brendan Gaughan is on a mission to try to get to the front here. Ty Dillon's only out in front by about a car length and a half. Now they're both at the very bottom of the racetrack. They'll work hard off of turn 3 with Yaley in 3rd.
3 laps complete. We've just begun the Kentucky 300. Ty Dillon has the lead, being shadowed by Brendan
Problems
Gaughan.
along the front stretch. John West Townley slides down through the infield grass. So far, it looks like a 1-car incident. The biggest loss in that, he tears up the big decal here at the infield grass, Kentucky, bringing out our first caution flag on lap number 2.
Jones has got a good race car, and he's right on top of Brad Keselowski. Keselowski's not gaining ground, but who is? Kyle Busch.
That may be the biggest worry for Eric Jones. Here comes Kyle Busch gaining on him, and Keselowski has not gotten away from Jones. Call it a car length and a half as they roll down into turn 1 with 6 laps to go.
Eric Jones that time into turn 1 closed the gap. It's now less than a car length. Kyle Busch 10 car lengths back. Here comes Eric Jones trying valiantly to catch Keselowski.
Eric Jones is going to try to challenge for the lead in turn 3. They come down to the bottom in turn 3. Keselowski throws the block. Eric Jones right in his tire track as they race off 4.
Momentarily, the leaders have clear racetrack as they come to the stripe. 5 laps to go in the Kentucky 300. Keselowski and Jones, and Busch continues to make up ground.
7.5 miles remain, and that will seem like an eternity to the race leader, Brad Keselowski, as he tries to fend off this youngster, Eric Jones. Jones will not go away quietly. 2 car lengths back.
Eric Jones trying to size up the best possible place to get around Brad Keselowski. Once again, 2 car lengths separate first and second. 5 car lengths back to the 3rd place.
Jones may look like a kid sometimes is getting ready to go to his high school prom, but he is driving like a veteran out here tonight, stalking and trying everything within his powers to chase down race leader Brad Keselowski.
Racing for a Truck Series championship, but seeking a third Xfinity Series win. Still, the gap is just a car length and a half off turn 2, and Kyle Busch is closing.
The question's going to be, will a lap car be the undoing of Brad Keselowski as Jones is just that close? This time, though, a clear bottom of the racetrack, no problem at all for either car as they work around the number 4 of Ross Chastain.
As they work their way down to the start-finish line, Keselowski continues to hold on. Kyle Busch might have lost some ground.
Chastain did not really give Keselowski a whole lot of room. He went to the top of the racetrack, but Brad needed his line. The gap is still 2 car lengths between Keselowski and Eric Jones.
Brad Keselowski still leading down the backstretch here at Kentucky Speedway. Only a couple of car lengths back is Eric Jones. Kyle Busch still not able to make up any more ground on the second place running Eric Jones.
2 more circuits around this mile-and-a-half Kentucky Motor Speedway. It looks like the charge of Eric Jones may be over. He is back about 8 car lengths, and right behind him now it's Kyle Busch.
Brad Keselowski drives to the bottom of the racetrack in turn 1. He stretches his advantage now to about 6 car lengths over Eric Jones. 5 back to the third place machine of Kyle Busch.
Brad Keselowski negotiating the lap traffic now midway down the backstretch. Holds his car out, gets down to the bottom of the racetrack. Now in the middle groove once again. Only 2 car lengths back to the second place run of Eric Jones.
Jones will need divine intervention to track down Brad Keselowski on this final lap. But Jones gets a great run out of turn number 4 and closes back in 1.
Let's see how he gets into turn 1. This could be the tail of the tape. Eric Jones goes low. Brad Keselowski runs in the middle. Lap cars loom large right in front of the race leader.
Eric Jones trying to make one last-ditch effort as he drives down into turn 3. He's going to try to go to the bottom of Brad Keselowski. Here comes Jones. He gets up to the corner panel. Jones challenges for the lead.
Coming out of turn 4, it's Brad Keselowski. Eric Jones has one more shot, but Brad Keselowski will hold him off and capture the Kentucky 300, outdueling the youngster over the last 8 laps to secure a victory here tonight at Kentucky.
3 Xfinity Series wins here at Kentucky now for Brad Keselowski, and that on the Xfinity Series is his 33rd career win.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station.